Mlisikia juzi tulikuwa Laikipia. Kuna OCS moja alisema mambo ya wamama kwa polisi punguzwe. Mlisikia hiyo? Hiyo ilikuwa maoni yake. Ya? Na tulisema, tukamjibu pia, tukamwambia hapana, haifai kuwa namna hiyo. Tumekubaliana kwamba expectant police officers, women police officers wasiwekwe front line kwa mambo ya vita. Ati wanapelekwa Malaso Vale huko kupigana na bunduki na bandits. Lakini there is a lot of work that can be done. Na bado hatujafika 30% kwa women in the police service. Tunajaribu kusukuma ifike 30%, tuko 14%. Tukamjibu kwa njia ile mzuri. Lakini unafikiria tulitoka hapo to victimize yeye? Hata kama news iliandika habari mingi kusema amesema hii, hapana. Hii jukwaa la usalama hakuna victimization. Yenye umesema hiyo ni maoni, hata hiyo yenye alisema OCS alisema ni maoni yake na iliishia hapo. Hakuna ya kupeleka mbele ati wewe ndio ule ulisema sasa wewe utasonga mbele, hapana. We are not victimizing anybody. So you are free to speak kwa hapa. Of course wewe ni kiongozi. By the time unafika hapo umekuwa kiongozi. Unaongea kwa heshima. Najua sasa ukisimama hapa useme haya hapa ni free, nimekuwa nikitafuta huyo Masengeli, wacha nimwambie sasa yote yenye navaa. I need to report to the nation that since we started Jukwaa la Usalama, and particularly visiting areas that has had problems with drugs and alcohol, I'm pleased to note that our officers are re-energized to work, and a lot of crackdown has gone on in the last few weeks, and I'm very happy to see police officers working with chiefs and community uprooting cannabis sativa in some areas, dealing with alcohol in some areas. And this is what we wanted, to make sure that instead of sitting in Nairobi, we come here and re-energize our teams and refocus, redirect their focus to the challenges that communities are facing in such areas. There is a growth of student population in this county, and that requires proper also security, like Kabianga University, the teachers' colleges here, the technical institutions here, including the ones in Belgut, which is surpassing in terms of numbers of students, and that requires more investment in security, including our police stations being properly constructed and having greater strength so that they can save and protect the student population in this county. There has been a perennial challenge of cattle theft and livestock theft at the border of Kisumu and Kericho County. This has largely been contained by the security team. We want to thank the members of public for being very supportive, especially along the areas of Nyakach, Sondu, and appreciate the fact that so far that has been contained. I'm happy also that the security team did not just focus on the thieves, but also on the butcheries where these livestock were being slaughtered, and this has helped contain this problem by going to the source. I'm happy also that it's not just about containing, but about 25 people or so are facing charges, which are in various stages. Some are still in confinement because they were unable to raise the bail terms that have been imposed on them. And so that is why we have relative calm in the border between Kericho and Kisumu. Kericho also in 2022, specifically to 2023, had a big problem of alcohol, especially adulterated ethanol, and then illegally brewed kind of alcohol here, Changa and the others. I'm happy to know that a lot of progress has been made. There are still some challenges in some corners here, but the security team is up to task. They have explained to me the needs, what they need, a little bit of support in human resource, and also equipment, cars and so forth, to make sure that they can easily do crackdown in this area. But I'm happy to note also that a lot of progress has been made. We will be listening from the Jukwaa la Usalama to see the feedback from the grassroots leaders, the chiefs, assistant chiefs, and the community, to see also what they can validate from the security report. But from what we know, even in Nairobi, we haven't been receiving as many complaints as it was in the past, and a lot of progress needs to be also achieved in that area of drug abuse and alcohol abuse, and also adulterated ethanol and all kinds of alcohol, including second generation alcohol being sold and sometimes packaged in this area. I know the pressure comes from Nakuru County and sometimes Kisumu County because it's a border county, and a lot of work is being done in also more parts of the country. Rift Valley generally, from particularly what was the old White Islands, from Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Nandi, here now in Kericho, Kajiado, and the same will be Narok and Bomet, is that when you go to places where the land is fertile, productive, challenges always come in are about land. Land issues related to multinationals and the locals, land issues that are related with public land being grabbed, especially in urban areas like this town, land issues that are related with conflict. This community versus the other community, especially along the border between here and Kisumu, especially Moroni areas and all those parts. And I'm happy to note also that those are being contained. They are being managed in a peaceful manner. Land claims also in this town related to public land versus community, public land versus multinationals, multinationals versus community. Those issues continue presenting challenges, and some of which are historical land injustices. The Ministry of Lands is handling them, and I'm happy that, unlike in other places, it has not exploded in Kericho to the extent that it is posing a threat to citizens' safety. And I'm confident that through the Lands Ministry and the county government and the national government, these issues are going to be settled amicably, and that squatters and other people who need land here are going to be settled in a proper way. Public facilities also here, most of them are still in properties that are held by multinationals. As you very well know, Karenga Airstrip until recently has been part and parcel of multinational tea farm, and I'm happy that also these are being settled, so that then development can progress here, particularly the expansion of this town, and the question of development of the airstrip is now almost, we are at a stage where we can say that land is soon going to be given to KH to expand the airport of Kericho as was envisaged from the beginning by the government. We also have a lot of our police stations and public utilities are still being held by private companies, and we are going to work out a process of ensuring that all these are titled so that we can continue expanding and building these facilities. All the things we have said lazima tutekeleze. Hatukuja kuongea hapa mastori. Lazima itekelezwe. Kwa mfano tulipoanza, IG alitangaza after jukwaa la usalama akasema 53 and above, mtu mwenye amekuwa corporal for the rest of their life lazima wote wakuwe promoted. Lakini kwa sababu ya jukwaa la usalama tumerudisha chini. From now, board jana this week iliketi na imekubaliana kwamba na itatoa hiyo mwelekeo, mtu akishafika 50 years and above na amekuwa corporal for the rest of his life anakuwa promoted automatically. Kama amekuwa kama amekuwa constable, kama amekuwa corporal for 15 years na hajakuwa promoted na amepika 50, anasonga juu. Kama amekuwa inspector, sergeant, pia for 10 years, for 15 years anapandishwa. Na kama amekuwa inspector for 10 years anapandishwa. Au hiyo ni sasa matunda ya jukwaa la usalama. Kuna mambo mengine ya transfers, watu wasikae for a long period of time, na mambo mengine mengi. Tunataka kunyorosha hii idara ya usalama na ngao wenye wanafanya kazi hapa mashinani wasikilizwe na mambo yao yatekelezwe. ya kwamba tuna mpango ya kuhakikisha kwamba ile idara ya polisi ya DCI ambayo inahusikana na mambo ya anti-narcotics tunaweza ku-strengthen na kupanua, kuhakikisha kwamba pia iko na mambo ya trafficking in persons, mambo hii ya kuuza binadamu, whether it is adults or young children, kama vile tuliona katika hiyo documentary. Tunataka kutumia nafasi hii yenye tunataka recruitment inayokuja kuhakikisha wale ambao tutaongeza tunaimarisha hiyo idara yenye itashughulika na mambo haya. Kwa hivyo I just want to say that here in Kericho we still also have a challenge of gender-based violence and sexual offenses, especially involving children. Defilement cases have been reported here, and whereas our security officers are dealing with it, I want to request the public in Kericho to cooperate, and especially cases where relatives and family members are involved in defilement. We don't want people covering up, especially parents. If the father is defiling the daughter, it's important for mothers to come out, and we will put in place witness protection mechanisms and protecting of persons who are coming out openly to deal with this issue of sexual offenses, especially when it deals with vulnerable children, cases of defilement. I have also said that on cases of trafficking in persons, including adults, including children, with intent committing sexual abuse on them, as some of which was reported recently in BBC documentary. That has been a challenge we have been confronting, and we need to do it even in a larger scale. And we think that the department that is dealing with anti-narcotics can be strengthened and widened to make sure that it deals also with sex trafficking in persons, including children, so that because that's very high crime. And I have said before that trafficking in persons is a big problem globally, and our country faces this challenge internally, but also as a route that is used to traffic people from neighboring countries. And we have been confronting these challenges, sometimes very expensive because you have to return these people back to their country, but we will confront this challenge, and the National Police Service is putting in place mechanisms to make sure that that department is strengthened. And in our next recruitment, with an increased number of officers, we will designate some of them to work together with the anti-narcotics department to confront this very big and heinous problem that we are facing as a country.
Yeah, no.
Tuko na Mwangangi, civil registration, tuko na Wanjao.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Charles Mwangi Kanywera, the Regional Criminal Investigation Officer, Rift Valley. Thank you. Waziri to greet the congregation and give us the agenda.